Fubara locked out of Rivers Assembly Complex. So guys, this was the moment Governor Fubara arrived Assembly Complex, only for him to discover that everywhere was on a lockdown. We know that after the Supreme Court handed its judgment on Rivers State, Fubara reached out to the 27 lawmakers who are loyal to Wike, asking them to come for a meeting. But guess what? They rejected. Now Fubara has taken it to himself to come to the Assembly Complex for himself, only for him to notice that everywhere is on a lockdown. We know that Governor Fubara is a man of peace. He's trying his best to ensure that peace reigns because he has the Rivers people at heart. Now, I'm going to allow you to listen to what Fubara said when he met this surprise. And also, Wike was granted an interview. And during that interview, he was questioning Fubara's audacity to have removed a chief who is a member of his family and replacing it with another person. Wike also questioned Fubara's power to have tampered with his salary. That Fubara tampered with his salary. Possibly Fubara didn't pay him his pension as an ex-governor. I can't really say. But you need to see Wike talk as if he owns Rivers. He is questioning the audacity of the governor. I mean, you need to take a look at this video just for you to know that Wike is just parading himself as the god of the people of Rivers. You need to see the boldness of Wike. And that is why people are saying that the judgment that came from the Supreme Court was influenced. You know, that's the speculation out there. Yes, Nigerians are saying we are going to accept the ruling of the Supreme Court, but that does not mean we cannot question it. That does not mean we will agree to everything the Supreme Court said. We all know that these people signed affidavit as regards to the defection. But today, the Supreme Court said they don't have evidence as to whether they defected. And for that reason, they remain legitimate House of Assembly members. And that is what has been causing all these problems. Don't forget that this fight is a fight ahead of 2027 presidential election. The APC needs Rivers State at all costs. And they know that through Wike, who have some of his men in Rivers State, they might achieve that. But Nigerians, it is time for you all to wake up and ask for electoral reforms before Tinubu tells you it's too late to sign it, as Buhari did during his own time. Anyway, let me allow you to take a look at the moment Fubara arrived to the Assembly Complex only to meet the shock of his life. Take a look.
Before my arrival, I've already made several attempts by phone call to reach the Speaker and other members. I also did a letter personally which was transmitted to the Honorable Speaker for this particular invitation. But it's unfortunate that at the gate, you can see that the place is completely sealed and there is no sign that anything is going to happen today. The reason why we're doing this, I've always said it, is the interests of our people, which is the most important thing. Well, I don't think there's anything to worry about. Maybe they are working on their letter. I expect to hear from them.
Now, you know, sometimes when people talk about this peace, you don't take everything to consideration. You just sit outside, you talk. Look at me, former governor, minister of FCT. Governor had the humility, the audacity, because he had money for Federation account, because he had money for IGR. He would enter my own family to remove a chief and make another person chief. Another person chief. Come on. No. Proof, empirical evidence.
People are saying that you are not magnanimous in victory.
What
that you are, it's like a winner takes all things.
Hold
that
on.
you are grandstanding.
Hold on, winner what? You see, put in the winner what? What did you win? Now let me say something. Don't distract me. Let me say something. You said the governor Richard. You have had a forced relationship with an arm of government, if you're a good politician, it's easy, you go around later. Hold on. If you're a good politician, you have had a frustrated relationship with me for how many years? I've never sat down with you. I've never spoken with you. You steal my salaries. You steal my allowances. Guaranteed by law. You took it. No problem. Now you won a court of appeal. It didn't even occur to you. Even though I won a court of appeal, I still want peace. The matter went to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court now gave judgment. Then the next thing we do, that you want to implement, who says no? Is it by writing letter? And who signed the letter? A bloody SSG. Who signed letter to a head of arm of government? What an insult is that? You are telling me here, Senator to government will sign letter to the President of Senate or to Speaker of the House of Representatives. The President is coming to present budget. Is it right? It's done.
What should he have done?
If you're a politician, you know what to do. Look, I don't understand. Listen. First of all, assuming you want to go through that route, what is normally done? You call the leadership and say, listen, this is where we are. This is where we are. I want to present this budget back to you. They agree. Okay. Let's look at it. Next week will be okay for us. You are not the one to write that I'm coming to present budget tomorrow. Who does that? No, who does that? You want to play to the gallery that you wrote a letter, which is rubbish. I have been in government. I don't just write a letter to Mr. Speaker. I'm coming to present budget tomorrow morning. I think your children. Do you know their engagement? All this is done is to tell you that I'm sincere. Mr. Speaker, where are you? Are you at home? Can you come? Can I come? Can we talk? And they agree on something. And then Mr. Speaker will go back and call his colleagues. Listen, Mr. Governor called me. I met with him. He said, look, he wants to present budget so day. It's okay. Monday, Tuesday. But Speaker, you know that our schedule is so tight. Okay, no, let us accommodate. That's how things are done. All these letters you are writing is useless. You are not sincere. You are playing to the gallery. Everybody knows you are not sincere. You are playing to the gallery. A true politician will not do that way. Let me tell you, Mr. President was to present budget to the National Assembly. Assembly people were not happy for one thing or the other. We met in ESCO, and they said, oh, they've shifted it to the next day. Why? He had to meet with leadership to agree some gray areas. He doesn't need to write letter. A man who does not want peace is a man who will play to the gallery. Writing a letter, I've written letter. Written letter to who? To your son?
Well, you make this meeting sound very, very easy. After a frosty relationship, that might not be very easy.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so now you agree with me. After a frosty relationship, you have suffered their families. They cannot pay their children's school fees. Their money they are entitled. Court gave order, you cannot stop their money. You had a penchant of disobeying court orders. This is a country where, I have never, we like things that somebody is doing something wrong. Instead of you to come out to say, look, what you are doing is wrong. You go and capture, oh, it is a social political opponent. What kind of rubbish is that? Must you not have opponent? In politics, must you not have opponent? Is there any law that says in politics everybody must queue behind you? So what is all this? Oh, his opponent. So what? If you give your opponent opportunity to make you unstable, then you will be unstable. You will be. There's no law. After all, there are also people who are working against Tinubu's administration. So Tinubu cannot come and complain. My opponents are working against him. His opponents, did they tell him that they will make him to be comfortable? Who does that?
Your Excellency, some people might say, the frostiness is, on both sides in terms of the ultimatums that were given.
Yes,
ultimatums that were given by the Amaewhule's led legislators about presenting the budget, and also the issues of the commissioners that were elected without vetting from the...
Now you have taken that point. Now let me tell you something. Are you not going to commend them? That they even agreed that we are ready. Can you present the budget? You are presenting to 3 people now. So the budget is there. It's not as if you are going to do it. Okay, carry it. Come on, we are ready to work with you.
But
for the interest,
the nuance was different.
I'm coming. What?
The nuance was different. They gave them an ultimatum.
No, you see, that's the problem. Come. When you say ultimatum, I say, within 48 hours, submit your budget. What is substance? No, I can't be ready by 48 hours. Give me 1 week. What is wrong in that? Why are we always capitalizing on things that if you really want the peace of the state, why are you picking on things that will not help? If the legislature says, we are going on recess for the interest of the state, if you can present the budget within 48, because we are living on recess, have they not done well? All you would have done as a sincere person is to say, look, no, it's too urgent for me. Can you people shift your recess? Give me 1 week. That's how people do things. You don't just come out, why should I give ultimatum? Who the hell are you? No, listen. Who the hell are you? The governor is not sincere. I never knew he's this kind of character. Let me tell you, Supreme Court said that nowhere 3 members can sit and legislate for the state. You took your Attorney General, Commissioner, for these 3 members to screen. And Supreme Court said it's not possible. And as some people said, look, submit the list of members of your cabinet. We are willing to screen them. Instead of us to applaud them, you are saying, why should they give time limit? I'm traveling. I want to do it now before I travel. What's wrong in that? Now what you did, to hell with those a lot of people. Those are the people.
Honorable Minister,
your selfish interest.
Those are people actually.
Yes. Can I finish?
Those are people who elected.
Hold on. It's not correct. Those are people who are deceiving the governor, who are collecting his money. Let me tell you, if they're intelligent, governor, they gave you 48 hours. Governor, tell them 48 hours is not enough. I need 1 week. You don't go and begin to sow seed of discord. You don't do that. As they are now, they are hot. It is in your place to say, look, I know you're hot. I'm sorry. See what has happened. Don't act as if you're a father. Now, what they did, when the assembly said, submit list, he now told his commissioners to go to court. The commissioners went to court, challenging the assembly that we cannot live as commissioners after Supreme Court has given judgment on this matter.
Is that a fact?
It's the truth. They went to State High Court. Of course, you know, the worst State High Court today we have is the State High Court.
Something like that when you were there.
It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. Look, I respect court judgment. I do. How would I look like as a life bencher? I perpetrate in disobeying court orders.
But because of your interest now,
what's my interest?
The average Riverian on the streets, they are saying that, look, because of your interest.
When did you go to the street to listen to them?
They are saying the state allocation has been seized now.
By who?
Because of your interest.
By who? Okay, hold on. By whose
conduct? The Supreme Court has ordered.
Instead of you to say, thanking us, to making sure the right thing is being done.
Are you happy?
And aren't you worried that Rivers staff will not be paid?
Hold on.
They will not be paid salaries because
person.
Of this.
Now, let me tell you something. Do you know you ought to commend us for challenging illegality? How many states can do that? How many states can tell their governor what they do is wrong? In our state, we say no. 3 people cannot constitute an assembly. 3 people cannot appropriate funds for you to spend. You don't have to commend us. Your state, who can do it? They would have bought the assembly members. In our state, no. We are not prisoners of war. We are not. And that's why the assembly said, look, you can't continue to do this. Let them go and buy them. They will not agree. The right thing, hold on, the right thing must be done. And we challenge illegality. Today we are happy that Supreme Court has made a pronouncement. The Apex Court has made a pronouncement. Who is wrong? Who is right? Commend those who challenge illegality. Don't commend those who said we will do anything that's wrong.
Nobody could challenge you during your time. The state assembly
cannot
just stand
up
to look at you.
That is my problem with you.
During your 8 years.
Who told you? Okay, the mayor said nobody challenged me.
There's no record of that.
Hold on now.
Any speaker.
Okay, hold on. The mayor said, let me tell you. The speaker and assembly members are not their children. You must have a relationship with them. I sit with them. We eat together. We drink together. We play together. They're not your boys. They're not your girls. They were elected, as you were also elected. Some of them, it was through the election that made you to win the election. So you must not treat them as if they are my boys. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. Legislature is a different arm of government. It's not an attached to executive arm. So you must be careful. I see that I traveled my legislature. I do. As I'm traveling, as the Mr. Speaker, can I have 3, 4, 5 members to accompany me for this trip? It's a building relationship. The president travels. He said, look, call me so senator. Call me so House of Representatives. I wanted to join me in my trip. You create relationship. It's not a master-servant thing. You cannot do it. If you have been doing it before, you succeeded, does not mean today you will succeed. And the world, you see, we are moving to a world that you cannot try it. And the problem the governor has today, those around him who are milking him, they have milked the state. And governor said it yesterday. I thought he should have said on his point, said the parties, that the money they have spent. No, I didn't spend that kind of money. No way. None of my lawyers told me you are going to pay this. Well, he must have a good relationship with people. Goodwill pays a lot.
All right,
and that's what paid for us. It's because we have good relationship with our lawyers. No lawyer say you must pay this, you must pay this. But I know what their own team spent. And they make him. They are not telling him the truth. His lawyers bungled their case. And they don't want to tell the people. Yesterday, I heard that some people went to see Mr. President. Pandef. Yes. It's the worst organization anybody can rely on.
Why?
Let me tell you. I used to tell my father, I said, Dad, I go to you. I'm disappointed with this. If you continue with this, I'm not going to support you. I will not be a party to it. If you have a father who is always interested in money, he can sell his child or his children. All these leaders, look at the comments they have made. Mr. President intervened in this matter. Mr. President intervened. I'm not talking about Vice President though. Mr. President intervened. Vice President was there. National Security Advisor was there. National Security Advisor signed for implementation of peace. This same Pandef came out and said, Mr. President has no right. They took Mr. President to court. People like Chief Saraibe, one of the worst persons you can ever think of. One of the merchants, political merchants. Delta Smith, whom I respected, went to government house. Look at the statement he made. I'm an Ijaw man. You're an Ijaw man. Call us. We'll be with you. An elder statesman would go and make such a statement. Now you are the same person coming again now to go and meet Mr. President to intervene. Intervene what? Mr. President that had no right, Mr. President that you took to court, that you had no power to intervene. They took Mr. President to court. From the State Harcourt, River State, down to the Court of Appeal, they lost. Down to Supreme Court. Now, people do things, you don't want to go back to let people know the correct thing. Now, Supreme Court have given judgment. Now, you are going to tell President to do what? Now, President should do what?
Sorry,
that Supreme Court judgment should not be obeyed.
Yeah, but the governor has said he would obey the judgment, and there are calls for his impeachment. Would you support the impeachment of Governor?
Guys, you have seen it. That's Wike talking. We all know that Wike is a very pompous person, and that is his, will I call it his temperament? That has always been him. But I think it's time for Wike to realize that when he was governor, nobody could challenge him. Now Fubara is the governor of Rivers and he's being challenged. I think people should also consider that, you know, for the fact that somebody is humble like Fubara and somebody is suing for peace does not mean the person should be taken for granted. So you've seen Wike questioning Fubara's power, Fubara's audacity to have removed a chief who is his family member, to have replaced him with someone else. So that tells you that, you know, all this thing is all about me, my people, not the people of Rivers State. Anyway, guys, in case you don't know, it's all about the fight in Rivers State. You know, after the Supreme Court granted the latest ruling that recognizes the 27 lawmakers who are loyal to Wike as the still legitimate lawmakers, you know, that has been causing a whole lot of buzz. Fubara offered them a peace talk. They refused to come. They refused to honor the invitation. Now Fubara has walked to the assembly complex himself to possibly meet with them, only for him to discover that everywhere is on a lockdown, and people have been reacting to all this. Now you look at everything happening in Rivers State, please don't be confused. It's just about 2027 presidential election. There is nothing big that is happening in Rivers State if not fight for 2027 presidential election. You know, they want to take Rivers at all costs, and they know that the only person they can use to achieve this is Wike. Wike already have, like, this is 27 lawmakers, he has them on ground, and the supporters of these 27 lawmakers, he has them on ground. So these are the people he's going to use come 2027 presidential election. And like we know, some of them came out confessing after all these buzz that they wrote the result for 2023 presidential election. Now the question remains, Nigerians, is it not high time we start asking for reform, electoral reform? Somebody said there is no need, because even if you reform 10 times, that the politicians will never follow the rule of the game. They will never obey whatever is being stated in that reform. But I think let's start from there. Let's reform first, because we have power drunk politicians. We have people who want to remain in power, who can do anything to get any position they want. But I think that reform remains important. It is time for us to ask for that reform, so that at least from there we'll start questioning them. Let it not happen again that the Supreme Court or the Appeal Court will have to tell us that beavers don't matter, IREF don't matter, that INEC has the power to even take any decision in the middle of the road, and then they will tell us that the FCT doesn't count, and all kinds of things we had, you know, during the ruling that came from the Appeal Court, and then finally the Supreme Court upheld it. We heard all manner of things, and don't forget that people like Falana, they have campaigned that let it be that anything that has to do with election is settled before swearing in. So these are some of the reasons why Nigerians should stand up. Stand up and let's begin to talk of 2027 presidential election, because like you can see, the politicians are already getting ready. Obedience, it's time for us to do the right thing so that we don't regret again like we did in 2023 presidential election. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.